Yes. Rather than an hour from now.
Alright, mic checks.
More
All yada
like
yada.
Queen.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hey everybody, this is Dungeons and Dragons. That's not the name of this specific game. It's just the game system is played on Dungeons and Dragons. We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons, if you couldn't tell. Was this a Tales of Revedia? That's what we're calling this shit? I think I made that up at some point.
Almost 3 years ago.
Yep.
I'll say that.
Just a fact.
2019? August 2019.
Anyways, I threw me off my game. Let me just. All right, so we're here. We're playing some D&D. This is the Tales of Revedia. This is, you know, the good old cast of characters. We got everyone in the shop today, and man, it was a hell of a session. The last session and the session before that, and I think the one before that.
We're gonna go bowling today, guys.
That's an interpretation. So,
Right.
this is got the cast of characters here. Directly below me, that's Ethan. He's playing Jung-un. I've ran out of quips. I need to like sit down and write some at this point because I'm so out of material. It's not even fun anymore. Plays a Death Cleric. She's cool. She needs to stop walking around with skeletons around the city though, because I think it's legal here, but she doesn't have a permit. Next up, we have Liz playing Taryn. Great rogue, throws daggers, interrogates people, and also stalked a dude recently. That was the thing you did. A little bit. It was during the break. He didn't even know, so there's no harm to it.
Exactly.
Can you even really say it's stalking then? It's just a rogue thing. Don't worry about it.
You know, is it stalking if I don't really know him?
You're just like a private investigator, but unhired.
Mm-hmm.
So that checks out. Next up, we got Sean. Sean plays Kalis. Kalis is a big ball of fur who also deals incredible amounts of pain to creatures who dare cross his path. And also, he says nice things and has nuanced socioeconomic takes sometimes.
The only good synth is a dead synth.
That too. That's not the nuanced one. Fuck. Oh, it's gonna be a hell of a game. Southar, I'm sorry.
Okay, look at the gallery. I redid my drawing.
I love it.
Is that a
Thank
Minecraft
you.
painting? I see squares.
Yeah, that's a creeper.
I was joking. I didn't think it was actually. I just assumed it was Minecraft
It
with
really
squares.
was.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
We're all nerds
It's
here.
cool.
It's
It's
okay.
cool. Like I just,
Mhm.
I like whenever I see people who have art in their background, I like to like compare it to things that it's probably not, just to irritate them. Like
Gotcha.
I haven't. You never pointed out though. Like I would definitely say, oh, that's from Red Dead Redemption, isn't it? Like,
I
Well,
wish.
my cat head was in the way, so you couldn't see it.
why is Kalis mounted on your wall? Move to the side.
That's
Yeah, I'm
Nar.
concerned about that one.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
it
it
was an
better.
attempt.
it's
Who is
Kalis.
No.
It's Kalis.
Okay.
I'm gonna be out.
Sorry.
There's not too much to catch up on. We're just making this ship as we go.
Mhm.
But yeah, and lastly, we have Sparks. You know they call wild magic sources for a reason. And man, he is really giving them more fucking reasons to call them that. Currently, he doesn't really exist. Before he did. And he's also done things such as leave this realm, turn to potted plants, almost kill his party, almost kill himself.
Like one time.
You've turned into a potted plant twice, though.
Yeah, but the killing the party thing.
Sure, it only needed to happen one time. But yeah, we're here, and now we can recap what happened last week. Brain reset. I'm so out of this shit. So, as the party had been making their way into the capital and the attack upon Revedia had occurred, as this massive meteor had come breaching through the city's defenses, which you later discovered to be a creature brought forth of the elemental planes of Magniferi. You all, in fending off the many things that have sort of spawned forth from it, eventually were able to get away or escape from the area, as also the creatures you had incapacitated attempted to flee, as this large sort of curtain of abjuration magic was essentially... Sparks, you weren't there for this, I think. Yeah, you were gone. It was basically a mass banishment spell over the city. And you guys, in your sort of recovery, as you guys had taken a moment to gather your wits about you and decide what the next step was to make your way to the site of the landing of the object itself, to see if there was anything you yourselves could have done to assist in the efforts. And as you got there, helping a family along the way, I believe Kayla spotted was like a family of like rat folk. They weren't Skaven, by the way, but they were rat folk. Underneath the trapdoor was like a shit ton of them. That's a good name. I'm gonna steal that for next time. Okay, Sean. Eventually making way and see along the sort of ridge of the meteor where the ground had been upturned and almost like terraformed around where this massive object had implanted itself into. A few of the city guard you recognize. Fucking, where's my notepad, bro? What is his name? The military guy.
Everyone.
Yes, everyone. Speaking with Joanna, Ash.
Everyone is here.
Yes, everyone is awesome too. Sitting up with little forward operating bases, they began rescue operations among the inner city, or the inner districts, and in this sort of heated conversation you witnessed him and Joanna having, as your presence was noticed as she sort of turned from him to you all. You asked if there was anything you could do, and she noted that it was rather uncharacteristic that Ariam had not appeared at this point, given his dangerously heroic tendencies at times. And with that, you guys decided to make your way back to Castle Arcadian, where you had seen the sort of figures leaving a bit beforehand, these sort of figures in this gold-plated armor that you had seen flying above the city before or during the attack as well. Upon getting into the castle itself, as you entered through the keep, you noticed empty piles of clothing, in which you quickly investigated, and based on the piles of dust underneath the clothing, had determined that someone or something that was wearing the clothing no longer existed anymore. It is anything except dust. And eventually, as you guys made your way through to the inner chamber, to the sort of throne room area itself, it seemed like this very large-scale battle would take place, where a figure, presumably at this point from your investigations to be armed, because I think Kayla's got like a ridiculously high like investigation check, like on piecing it together.
I got like a natural 20 Arcana check after I detect magic or something.
Yeah, and then you had like guidance, and there was some. It was
like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, I think you, Joanne, helped me a bunch.
But yeah. You discover that throughout the battle that had taken place in Armvel, fighting alone against at least 5 or 6 figures, one of them had been critically injured. You could probably also tell that based on the army found on the ground, and the massive amounts of sort of blood that were amongst the sort of magically sort of scarred and like ruined room. And there was some other arcane force unknown to you in the entity, which was that which actually seemed to have disabled Armvel. And when you had found him, unbeknownst to you, there was roughly the size of a bowling ball, this very intense sort of mechanical-looking object with these very complex-looking sort of gears and machinery moving inside of it. I said it's roughly like a foot in diameter, so it's about the size of a bowling ball, I think. Is a bowling ball a foot in diameter, or is it less?
It is less.
Is it less?
Yeah, a bowling ball's a...
How big is a bowling ball?
It's about that.
It's about the size of your head, but round instead of...
Yeah, it's about this.
My bad. I don't know what bowling balls look like, apparently. But it's about a foot in diameter, the orb itself was. Still fairly easy carryable. As you guys had come across that, you also were able to detect a very, very powerful abjuration magic on it through the use of Kalos' detect magic. And upon further investigation, as eventually Joanna and a few others had sort of followed up in your tracks, it was discovered that it seemed to be something sort of similar to the imprisonment spell. However, despite the best efforts of those who were with her and herself, it seemed that they didn't exactly have the full magical capabilities of, how do I say, of breaking it, which could which to them at least seemed to be the reason that they were so confident in leaving it there in front of you all. As you guys sort of retreated back to the Bronze Flame, you all, knowing someone, you know a guy who knows some things about the past, and strangely strong magic.
The best boy. The best real boy.
You all had reached out to Dazan, and brought him back to the sort of hidden area beneath the Bronze Flame, and which you saw immediately his sort of face begin to whiten a little bit as he saw the object in front of him, and he recognized it as a device from ages before, from one that was nigh mythological to him himself, as a device that was used by not just the ancient floating cities, but the nations to, like, sort of defend themselves as, like, their, how do I say, it's essentially the nuclear option. That it was a creature capable of mimicking virtually, as far as he knew, as far as he stated, it was able to mimic virtually any other creatures, from man to dragon to beast, and then probably a few more as well, being specific. Based on what he was able to figure out, and from what his estimation of was from this current place's abilities, as he spent the last bit of some time in the Seven Towers, you know, the big wizard school. He himself, in his current state, was not capable of casting something like this, but it had, the only way in his mind, it has to have either someone or someone with knowledge of the age before Revedia, in order to cast such a high level spell. Because I don't think he said, from what he was able to detect, it was at least a 10th level spell. However, it could be higher. Upon that, at least learning the nature of the imprisonment spell was enough to pull you in a general direction, as it was, he didn't really volunteer the information. It was more he was put on the spot. I believe it was, where's my notepad? Is it this one?
It was Thelius.
It was Thelius? Was it him?
Yep, Thelius,
Yeah.
who was the
Tiefling.
tiefling? Yeah.
Yes. In which it had been revealed that he has been currently in the process of doing, or at least Jungum had walked, I believe it was you by yourself, Jungum? I don't remember. Who was with you? Was it Jungum and Taryn? Had walked in on him before, working on another sort of project dealing with dreams, and how he was able to basically give access to them, as they're currently working on a case within the Bronze Flame with someone else who is under a similar imprisonment, however, not as powerful. And using these methods,
It was just me. I even asked.
Oh no, you didn't ask about it at all. You just kind of saw him there, and you were like, "Ah, wonder what Sleeping Beauty's doing." Anyways, that's what we were saying.
No questions asked.
He proposed a plan where he, said that he could at least possibly get Joanna in there using the same principles as he did with the other that he was referring to. And I believe Jungin volunteered everyone to go. And that's what it started as, I think.
Did I volunteer one?
You were definitely the one who spoke about it first, because she didn't ask you to go.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to go, but I don't think I volunteered.
You did. I'm 100% sure you said you. Maybe I'm wrong. Sure, maybe I'm wrong.
Check the videos.
I'm 100% sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm okay with being wrong. That's just maybe my memory's off. That's all. But as you guys had sort of offered some sort of assistance, you were sort of given this time to prepare before you would enter what presumably the sort of forced slumber of Aryumvel. Unsure of really what lies ahead of you, you all have been given about a day or so to prepare, or given by morning to prepare, because this was happening sort of like late afternoon, sort of nightish. So whatever preparations you all would like to make, you're all more than welcome to. You have the facilities of the Bronze Flame at hand, and of course, if there's any special requests you need to make, I'm sure things could possibly be managed, as long as you're not asking for like a fucking, I don't know, fucking hand and eye of Vecna or some shit.
I actually, is Sparks with us now? Has he been summoned?
Sometime, like, as you guys are making your preparations, they would just be up.
Oh, there's 2 buck outside. Just walking down the driveway.
Better go pick them up. $2 bills are rare.
This is really compelling
1, 2,
content
3.
with your webcam pointed. this
Sorry.
direction.
4 pointers. Sorry. No, because I have 2 potions of superior healing to give to Sparks. Because
Oh.
I bought a cool dozen last time, so
Yeah, I'll drop those in your inventory real quick.
yeah.
Sparks.
Jugun, was there any potions that you wanted to get or anything that you wanted to get?
I was gonna go to the tavern, just get drunk.
I was attuning to different stuff also. I think
was
I've-
gonna
I've-
prepare spells.
Yeah, I attuned to a bunch of different things than I had before. If anybody is short on money and wants any kind of like other item or potion or something like that, I can spot you. I can cover it. Oh, buddies. Sorry.
Superior healing, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, it was 12 superior healing.
Okay.
Any robes of the Archmage floating around?
I can see if they have any on layaway, but I don't think there's any this time of year.
Oh, really? Big surprise.
Yeah, they're a hot button item, you know, especially around here. They move off the shelves quickly. You got to get like a whole pre-order and everything. And then you got to find if you can find someone who makes them.
Oh no.
And that's like, God forbid you want to get a Supreme one.
Why would you add this to canon? I don't know. Is there anything you guys think we'll need in specific?
Well,
I'm having a stroke. I'm so stupid. Sorry. Talk to myself.
like, I have a ring of mind shielding that I equipped that we had from before. I don't know if there's any other things like that might help because we're going into like mind stuff. I don't know if that would help at all, but that's my logic.
I don't think the Ring of Mind shielding actually shields your mind at all. I think it's just the soul stuff.
I mean, it protects your mind can't be read unless you allow it to or some shit like that. And like
Can't
telepathy
determine
doesn't
whether
work.
you're
it's
lying.
telepathy.
Yeah, you cannot people. Wow, speech take 2.
Boobada-boobada-ba.
Wow. Immune
Action.
to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts to determine whether you are lying, know your alignment, or know your creature type. Creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it. And I can use an action to cause the ring to become invisible until I remove it, or I make it visible, or I die.
So, just out of curiosity, when someone tries to like communicate with you telepathically, does it like is it like a knock on the door or is it a ringing bell?
It would be like a ring, like a little like ring bell.
Okay.
Like not like a buzzer, but like a ding 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 ding.
Okay. Just making sure. Does it ever get confused with the dagger of warning?
The dagger of warning would have like a buzzing sound, like bees coming nearby.
I think we used the Metal Gear Solid sound effect.
No, this is my phone.
Was that? Okay. That's what that was? Sure. Okay. So
I
yeah.
can think of like I'm pretty set up with my character. Like, can you guys think of any like wondrous items or non-attunement things that you want to just like things we could just uncommon stuff we just could spend money on?
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
like most
Better
common
armor?
or uncommon items are going to be things you're able to get access to.
Just get a shard of the
Individual.
Feywild so I can explode while I explode.
Is there a better armor that I would be able to get that has more than a +1 bonus of leather armor?
Probably not.
Um,
+1 is rare, so.
Wait, do you have the glamored armor?
I do. Glamored studded leather.
I think you might have to get that like enchanted bespoke
Okay.
rather than buying a new thing. Unless
Gotcha.
if you wanted to keep the glamour.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's fun.
You could get a shield.
she just never shield proficiency is a rogue.
Yeah.
Learn?
No, I'm learning too much as it is.
Oh wait, no.
I'm learning how to throw things better right now.
No, you do have shield proficiency because you took a fighter level.
Oh, I do.
It gave you
That's
proficiency with.
true.
It gave you proficiency with all martial weapons, and you should.
That's true.
You should be able to.
Wait, so you could be
gives
like
you
a rogue with
medium
just a
armor
fuckload?
proficiency as well, I think.
Yeah.
That's
does.
what you need, basically. Multi-class.
I think
Medium
that
armor
would fuck
and
your dual wielding, so, you know.
Yeah, I don't want to.
It's okay. We can put her some plate mail.
My
you
friends
have
who watch
reloading
regularly say,
pistol
"Hey,
in one.
Sparks."
Hi. You have you have a pistol in one hand, shield in the other. The pistol reloads every shot. Bada bing, bada boom.
I thought you had the pistol because you took
You
it from me
have
because
it. I have
I
given
wasn't
to it.
using it.
He keeps, you try to give him the pistol back. He keeps giving it to you because he got it for you, and you won't use it because you missed 3 times.
It was real bad. I was terrible at it, but I am a better shot now, so I will try. I will probably try using it again. Now that Zelthar's been showing me some pew pew tips.
Yeah, fighter
Yay.
gives you light armor, medium armor, shield, simple weapons, and martial weapons. So everything about
Yeah.
except heavy up.
Yeah,
Which, you can't really stealth much in anyway unless you get mithril.
yeah, I'm good without that. So I mean, that's the only thing that I can think of would be something to raise up my AC, which is, I mean, it's
also,
18.
weak
But
as fuck. So
yeah, that's 18's not too bad.
I've
Yes.
only got 18. She says my AC 7.
AC 7, what?
No.
Mine's 17.
Oh, I thought you
Oh.
said 7. I was like, how the fuck?
I thought you said 7 too. I was like, what?
I was about to go
Yes,
back.
my AC is 7. I have -5.
super glass cannon. No, I'm at an 18. That's with the +1.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can never go back to playing a low AC character again after playing paladins. But Oakley Dokley.
I can't think of anything.
This is, would probably be pretty simple. Could I find someone in the Bronze Flame who might be willing to trade for a Mask of the Beast?
All I think of is Hollow Knight when you say that.
The Beast Mask?
A beast mask over your beast face.
There's literally 0 relevance to this quest, but I don't know if I tuned to it, so,
Who has one, or you want to give someone? Wait, what do you have?
He wants it.
I'm just wondering if I can, buy one off of someone.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles. There's a lot of weird people here. And you know what? I'm sure if you asked around, it'd probably be like a few hours of like, so would you happen to know anyone who... Now hear me out. There's this mask, right? And you put it over your face and it makes you look like an animal. And I know what you're thinking. Sure, but I want one.
Yeah, pretty much.
They'd be willing to sell it for you for we'll say, I don't know, 300 fucking gold pieces. It's not a crazy item.
Chill. Love to commerce.
Actually,
Hey, Kalis. So I have a question for you about that. So you're gonna put it on, and could you turn into a human face?
that's a good question.
I mean, the mask is shaped like a bee.
I was imagining I put the mask on and it's just sort of like a spade leaf that's just sort of covering my face.
Like the Korok?
Yeah, pretty
We
much.
should get you a
Inspiration's
circle
my
of human
sleeve.
perfection, so we can see what.
Oh
we can
god,
have you as a human.
that's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was
it
a
is.
human for a minute.
A minute.
Yeah, but all the time.
I'm sorry, Jurgen, what was... You're wondering if this
You
can
put
turn me into human?
Yeah.
But I already am a human.
Correct. I'll. That's my question.
Sorry, what was your
What?
question?
How do you think you're human?
Well, I'm human.
No, you.
I am also.
Yeah, you look human to me. So you were a human. You're just a little bit shinier, but, human.
Someone just walks by, I'm not gonna tell them.
You're very tall.
Can you see in
some
the
humans are tall.
dark? Because humans can't see in the dark. If you can see in the dark, you're probably not a human.
Can
Have
I
you
see in the
considered
dark?
eating some carrots?
That doesn't give you dark vision. Is it all under
I
items?
thought that was too funny.
I don't have dark vision on my character sheet right now, so I'm gonna say no. No, I can't see in the dark.
You don't? I'm pretty sure you've seen in the dark before, because I remember being the only one who wasn't able to see in the dark. Because I had to get those goggles.
Your race is.
And then I
It's really not that hard.
He's changed his race, and actually satyrs don't have dark vision.
they don't, which is
Ooh.
weird.
Correct.
I guess.
Wait, didn't I just do like a variant thing or something? Not a satyr?
Was it? Okay, I thought you eventually mentioned, or did we actually do that, or were we just talking about it? I don't remember.
No, that's where I got the feet from. So I'm not using any racial features really anymore
Okay.
besides the feet.
What race are you at this point?
Not human.
You started as a shifter, right? And then it
Mhm.
changed to
Lineage.
your lineage. That's good enough.
What's it called?
Custom lineage. I don't.
Custom. Yeah. You gain one of the following. You get a feat and one of the following traits of your choice: dark vision or proficiency in a skill. So I think I chose dark vision.
Okay.
So I should put that in the character sheet. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
missing
human.
most of the proficiencies and shit for like things that aren't abilities.
You said an uncommon item, right?
Yeah, most common uncommon items are going to be things that are like fairly accessible without much.
Okay.
I love that I made Taryn give up.
I got
Well.
one.
No, you're not human. Although all my daggers, I was gonna get another +1 dagger, but all 3 of them are enchanted to come back to me. Can I find one that's enchanted to come back to me? That's a +1
Mm,
already done.
Honestly, I'd say it's probably a little bit reasonable considering most people who throw magical daggers want them back.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a shopping episode.
No, this is the only thing I can
course.
think of. So I can get that. How much?
That item's dope. Yeah.
Where's my fucking?
Where is it?
I will sell my regular Well, I'll keep my dagger and I'll buy another one. I'm just gonna keep all of my daggers. I rescind my selling dagger statement.
I forget, what are weapons of returning even?
Magic.
I don't know what I charged you for the last one. I'm gonna make up a number and say 600 gold pieces. Cause I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
it was 500 to enchant it, I think. Here is returning weapon. It doesn't have a price on it though.
Yeah, no, nothing does.
Where is this? Is this like a real item or is this like a?
There's one in.
It's like an artificer thing that they can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's an infusion.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, apparently returning. Yeah, I'd say it's just like, yeah, 500 is fine, because apparently returning weapons are at least the artificer ones are automatically +1. But sure.
Alright.
Love the artwork on some of the magic items.
Thank you. I didn't do it, but it's there.
Oh my gosh, no problem.
So flattered.
I was gonna ask, could I possibly buy Nature's Mantle
Ooh.
or trade Ring of Jumping for Nature's Mantle? I just want something to do with my bonus action, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Hunter's Mark.
Great idea.
That's, yeah, but that's for one turn, like after I'm just like twiddling my thumbs for my bonus action.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that's doable. It's uncommon. You'd be able to afford it. Or it'd just be.
Cool.
It's a bit
I'll
rare
just
though.
buy it.
Okay, be about 600 gold pieces. I know you have money. You don't spend it on shit but arrows.
Mm-mm.
I'm just adding this other +1 dagger. I'm just copying everything
There was
over.
a slaying on the other hand. I'd totally buy that.
You have
Ooh, this is also returning.
like an elven kind item, Zelda?
His ears.
I have you're so funny. I have the boots,
The whom?
the shoes,
Oh, perfect. That's great
Yeezys,
synergy.
Elven Yeezys. That's really old.
Yeah, I love that we're such like a sneaky party.
Got the Fey
We
11s.
are.
Would the returning dagger be considered magical or no?
It is a magical weapon, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. All
For
right.
the purpose of overcoming resistances.
Yeah.
Also, if anybody else needs money, I'm not very expensive, so like I can totally help with that too.
I've got so much money, guys. If you need anything, please.
I will play the philanthropist here. Like it's fine.
I don't have that much money, but I don't have that anything to really
How?
do with it. This is the late game D&D problem.
I know.
Good.
I don't. Yeah.
Well, do a Juggum to start a business.
One.
I think you already spent a bunch of money on potions, so like we're good.
I'll just
I mean-
invest in stock. Like it's fine.
Are you gonna go to the
Stonks.
you gonna go to the fucking Revedia stock
Stonks.
market?
Mm-hmm.
The market is not doing well right now. Just so you know.
No.
The market's not doing great. But if you want A, you can always buy the dip.
True.
Jesus Christ.
Also, do you
Starter-
happen to
also
have
starter
a fire elemental sitting at the bottom of it?
Okay,
Oh,
I'll unattune the Ring of Jumpies, Ring of Jumpies. It's been a day, I'm so sorry.
It's
Um,
been a fucking day. Oh God.
Nature's Mantle, attune. Unattune Ring of Jump.
Hang on. What? Wait,
That's
why
so
is this
cool, 'cause it's
plus
just like a-
9?
I think that item's just like a ghillie suit cape kind of thing.
Yeah.
So cool.
What's wrong with it? See, is your weapon broken, Darren?
It's no. It just I copied everything over from the +1 dagger that was already in there, but that one is 1d4 plus 6, and the other one is 1d4 plus 9. I'm trying to figure out why. It's everything's the same.
Is it
that
marked
I
as a
moved-
finesse weapon?
Yes,
That way it's using your dexterity? Let me see this.
they're both marked as finesse. They have all the same things checked off. Oh. 1d4 plus 4.
What the?
That's where. Okay. I don't know
Oh,
why I said
trying
1d4 plus 4. There we go. That's good. We're good. Got it.
Alright, cool beans. Shit. And you guys are doing a little bit of shopping. Jung-un, you're going to get drunk? Is that what you're saying? I thought someone rung a doorbell at my house, but they would let me know.
Correct. That's exactly what Johnny was doing.
Okay, are you going by yourself?
I'm gonna join you
Yay.
Okay.
because I only bought like one thing after the potions, and yeah. Also, Sparks, whenever you pop back in, add 2
Yeah, Elijah already did it.
Yep.
cool beans.
When it
From
is.
me.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a day.
All right.
Juggin. I'll go with you, Juggin.
So, just for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty fucking empty right now. When you guys get there, unless you're going like to the outer districts of town, it's you guys will mostly be drinking, just you. There may be a few other people who sort of like walk in to the company.
Is there one behind the bar?
Yeah, of course, someone's working here.
Oh. Just give me a bottle.
Yeah, nah.
Ooh, I'll take 2 of those.
I'll make up a number because I don't have the. Oh wait, yes I do. I have the number. I know how much alcohol costs in D&D now.
How dare you?
Well, it's not that expensive in D&D.
No, it's not. Ow, you fucking bitch. That's my foot. Sorry. That wasn't towards you. Well, maybe you, Ethan. Sometimes.
Yet.
Holy shit. I didn't even hit my toe. I walked by and the top of my foot hit the corner of my bed.
top of your foot. That takes
like,
time.
right here, because I was like
corner is
stepping
really
forward. I was like
bad.
stepping forward, and my. Leave me alone. Alrighty.
One time I was like walking backwards for some dumb reason, and I rammed the back of my heel into like this like right angle wooden corner, like sharp wood corner of my bed. And
Yeah.
it was like I hit it with a hammer or something. Like a wedged hammer.
If you're just getting like
A
four
ball.
like four like full bottles of alcohol, or 3, let's say it's like it's like 4 gold pieces. I'm just gonna
Four gold pieces. All right, I got this. I've already marked it.
I forgot you guys don't have to care about that anymore.
I'm gonna give 5 just to make it even 5 gold pieces. Here you go.
And if you'd like, you could buy a chunk of cheese for 1 silver.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll add another gold for that chunk of cheese.
You get
because-
I mean, it says then you just get a cheese wheel, unless you want it in hunks.
Ooh, cheese wheel.
Oh
You're
fuck, we're
carrying
not
it.
doing this. We're not starting
We're
a
not-
cheese wheel collection. That's
We're not Skyrim. We'll get the wheel, but Juggin's carrying it.
okay. If only you had some magical device for carrying things. Luckily, this.
Skeletons got it.
Anyways, eventually, as you guys would, unless there's anything you like to do or say, between you all as you guys are spending the night there, it's not gonna be eventful. But as eventually the sun begins to rise once more over the city, and you still feel that sort of palpable tension in the air as you all sort of have made your preparations for the day. Some of you staying up a little bit later into the night, but all of you feeling at least rested enough for whatever in the hell is coming up. I don't know whether you know what it is or not. There isn't like sort of much noise, as assume. Eventually, you two probably would have come back a little bit later, I assume. I don't know who was sober enough then, but just as sort of nah, you I can guarantee you got a fucking y'all bought three fucking bottles just for you two. You better avoid bright lights.
I mean, we didn't necessarily drink all of them. Maybe just one for me.
Avoid bright
What
lights.
is it a bottle of? If it's wine, one's fine.
Sure, we'll say it's wine.
You're
Instead of-
absent.
Oh boy.
Um,
You wouldn't be seeing us ever again.
Fuck my throat. But eventually, as you guys all sort of gather up, you hear a sort of knock at the door as you're getting your sort of last minute supplies, some preparations ready. Not really sure what preparing for entails, but you hear the sort of light rapping on the door. For whoever wants to, let me see if I can pull this shit up.
Would I still be the first one up? Or one of the first people up?
You can, but you're not going to feel good.
Okay, then I will be the first one to
But
go and open the door.
As you sort of make your way, you see a familiar face. What do you? I don't think. Oh no, you saw him recently. He delivered sparks of the courier, the bronze flame. Kiz, it's doesn't look very old. Miss Joanna said to make sure you're awake. She didn't say what, but she said that she was expecting you all today. She's gonna be waiting in the main, or Zuli's gonna be waiting in the main hall, and he'll take you down below. I can't get there myself, because I tried once, it didn't work. Anyways, have a good morning. If you need anything, well, I don't have anything to deliver to you, I'm sorry. Just the news, Joanna wants to see you. She's not happy. She's still in a bad mood. It gives like an awkward like thumbs up before like scooting back away from the door, and then well, yes.
Did she tell her we need to meet?
Yeah, no, go to like the main hall. Zoo's there. He's waiting for you.
Okay.
He'll take you down.
We'll probably be What time is it?
It'd probably be like maybe like 6 a.m. It's very early.
Sparks usually sleep for 3, 4. We'll be there soon enough.
Maybe we should just, go now, Juggen. Just wait the others.
Okay.
What's the downside?
She goes ahead and starts knocking on people's doors after the gentleman leaves.
Okay, and he just nods awkwardly. You can tell that he's uncomfortable by whatever's happening here. And you just hear the footsteps. He just off. And everyone else eventually you hear a loud fucking. Does Junga bang on doors or does she knock?
She's knocking today.
That answered several questions. Eventually, you guys hear the sort of sound coming from either outside your door or further down the hallway. As you all begin to gather yourselves up, and you have a sort of minute to yourselves, as you guys have a bit of solitude before you head out, if you like to say or do anything.
Well, no time like the present.
I think we're ready, right?
Ready as we will ever be, I think.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
So, as you begin heading outwards, going up the stairs in the main area, immediately your eyes' attention sort of wordlessly he nods towards you all as he sort of gestures his head to follow him as he begins heading down below. Once again, passing through this area, for some of you it's even worse now, as you're trying your best not to pay attention to the various sort of moving shapes as this sort of hallway and stairway continually shifts downwards in directions that don't seem quite like it's possible to some hidden area of the guild that lies below. As you sort of reach the large door in front of you, it sort of opens up and you see Joanne's already in the room. You see that Thelius looks almost sleepless as he's been here most of the night making some sort of preparations. You see the room covered in these various arcane sigils, and at the very in the epicenter of which would be King Bowling Ball. And you know what? This is not a happy sound. Or happy. Okay, that's. I need to reload my song roster. All I have is neutral, anxiety, and fighting. But as you all sort of gather around, you see both heads turn towards you. I'm assuming Joanna is the first to speak up before before words leave his lips. I'm assuming y'all are ready. Before we go,
I had a question. I don't really understand what exactly this undertaking will entail. Are we going to be somewhere physically, or are we going to be imaginings in his mind? Incorporeal.
As you see her sort of process your question, the tiefling sort of speaks up before she can answer. Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. Joanna, I do not... Based on our previous experiences with another case, while you in your physicality do not make your way into that... How do I say? It's almost like entering a pocket dimension. You know how you could enter a bag of holding? View it as something similar to that. So very real things can happen to you. However, it's a unique experience, to say the least. Even if things won't feel real, they are very much real. Your physical forms will be there, but they will be bound to your soul as per normal. However, I would take great care in making sure they stay connected while you are within that state.
question.
As he sort of looks towards you, he's like, you see his eyebrows raise, just noticing you're you.
I physically disconnect from the material plane frequently. If that were to happen, would there be any repercussions?
You see he sort of like steps up towards you, sort of looking you up and down. And what is keeping you here now? You say you disappear. Is it on the whim?
I am drawn away by magical forces. I point to Taryn. She has a talisman that keeps me anchored for the move.
Don't lose it, as he looks towards you.
Wasn't intending to.
But say if one were to be drawn away, would there be any negative?
Well, given that the soul is no longer tethered to a body, and you don't have a body right now, it would be your body, you have whatever works essentially the same vessel. So if anything were to happen to that, so say if it were to get lost into the ether, that would presumably mean whatever you is in that place would be going with it. So as I said, don't get lost into the cosmic drift of the mind, or don't throw him away. But the existence alone shouldn't be an issue. Does that make sense?
No, I will not.
What?
I'm sure it'll be fine. Possibly.
When you say no and nod, you see him take a second and Rich. Is that? Anyways. Where is it? Well, I can't. We have no way of knowing what lies in his mind. We can speak of the one experience we do have with this process. It is of a very special girl who. Sorry. Where is it? I'm having a full fucking stroke. Where's my books? There we go. And cool. The closest point of reference we have to this is someone who we currently have and are in the process of assisting. However, it's been complicated. Within her mind exists this realm composed of, how do we say, simply her imagination. So the place you're going to is going to be very heavily shaped by either the dreams or the nightmares, the thoughts of Arianvel, whatever lies inside of his mind. Now, this could be a positive thing, or in the case of, fuck, I couldn't figure out what her name is. Or in the case of, oh, it's Coraline. That's funny.
Nice. Little Easter egg there.
Or in the case of our Coraline, it can be quite tricky to navigate due to the forces inside do not want you there. That's the best thing I can tell you. Hopefully it's nothing like hers. Hers happens to be a realm of reoccurring nightmares that tend to shift and are very much in line with her fantasy of the Feywild. However, I don't think he seems to have those, so you shouldn't have that issue. But with that, we can begin preparations to get you all moving. I'll be able to keep in contact with you from this side. However, there are parts of his own thoughts that may not want me to at times, so rest assured, if something has stopped contact between us, then it'll only be temporary. Anyways, fucking.
The answer is yes.
I guess. I'll begin the process of transporting you all. Everything, your current physical state, your belongings, your thoughts, you will go in as you are, and you will leave as you leave in there. So, please try not to maintain any terrible injuries that you will have to fix, because I don't know what happens if you lose your arm in a dream. I don't know if the brain parts of your arm, the soul part of your arm, stays with it, or if you have just, we fixed your arm, you just have a limp arm.
How do you bring us back?
As he sort of gestures around the room to his very arcane figures, I have certain specialties. I have, how do you say, friends of mine who help me access the dreams of normally waking or normally sleeping folk. However, those who have been, I have, how do I say, made a deal, or under certain conditions, I can use their assistance to access those in more definitive slumbers. They are essentially the conduit which allows me to access the power, and essentially entering into their minds, because how the brain, I don't want to explain the brain to you. You have thoughts that you think, and you have thoughts that you think, but you don't think you think them. I can.
Is it the spell? Is that what you're saying?
Simple enough, yes.
Okay. And how do we tell you?
I'll be able to be monitoring you while you're in there. The things
Okay.
you're saying, you're hearing, I'll be able to see.
That is all I wanted to know.
I have one thing. Speaking of arms, I kind of look over to Joanna. That arm that was in the throne room, I brought it in case there could be any way to identify its previous owner. So it's here. Like, I know we know they're from Crimson Keep, but like a specific person.
I'll have Thales send it off when he's done with this.
I mean, it's not here. It's like in our. I
I
didn't bring it here. It's up in our barrack room. But
Okay.
yeah,
Are you carrying around an arm there? It's just
Mm.
weird.
I'm not carrying it around. I just brought it back
I mean,
because someone got it chopped off when they were attacking Ariam Vel, and I thought that might be useful in identifying a specific individual.
no, but it's an
I
arm.
don't think it's
It
probably
rots.
normal to carry an
It
arm.
kinda smells.
Well, it's not here. You don't have to worry about it.
Anyways. If there's still flesh on it, there should be enough so we can make a clone out of it, and we can use that to determine their identity. It'll take some time for it to manifest.
That feels
There's-
like
it should be.
overkill, but sure.
No, it seems like a perfectly reasonable explanation. That way, in case anything happens to him, we can also have access to him, because the soul will be transported into the clone.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
Yes, we're very smart sometimes. It's intentional.
Overkill.
Come on, you gotta be. That's pretty. Well, that's a pretty slick move.
Nah.
Can you imagine? Like that's the perfect way to like capture someone. Like, okay, like they escape. You just need a chunk of their flesh. You can make a clone of them, and the next time you fight them, you don't have to hold back. You can just fucking kill them, because when their soul goes back to their body, it's already in jail.
Unless, of course, they've got multiple clones and they can choose which one to go back to.
If they already have a clone, yes. Paladins usually don't have clones though, but maybe they do.
Anyway, let's go dive into this mofo's dreams.
So, as you all begin to gather around, and you hear Thelius begin this sort of ritualistic chanting, as you hear these arcane words sort of fill the air around you, having this almost like visible inky effect, as almost as if like manifesting the world into this room itself. Where is it? Is this it? Very quickly you feel the sort of warmth, the very little warmth that was in this room, begin to leave as you feel this almost wooziness begin to fill you all. Not similar to nausea, but almost as you don't feel sort of like yourself. And for just a moment, as you sort of look down to sort of regain, it's almost as if like you're looking at yourself in the third person before you sort of snap back into that sense. And as this is happening, you feel the sort of what little light is in the room begins to sort of focus in onto this point, almost as if it's sucking in every drop of color that exists within here. And you feel yourselves, without moving, but still like being pulled in this direction. And as you sort of like look over at each other, almost as if, what's the best way to describe it? have you heard of the term like spaghettification? As you can like see bits of yourself sort of being like sort of each other like being sort of pulled into this sort of mass that's encompassing the sort of the figure of Ariamvel. And as for men, while it only lasts but a few moments, it feels almost like forever, like minutes and minutes of like 10, 20, 30 minutes. And eventually just you find yourself shunted. As it ends with this abrupt motion, as you feel the sort of physicality hits you of it. And you're surrounded by nothing but just darkness, each of you.
Individually, or
you don't yet there's nothing. You don't see anything, as I should say.
Do we hear one another?
Are you talking?
I mean,
Can we hear each other? Like, yeah.
Oh, for a brief, and you'd be able to hear each other breathing immediately, yes. And as you do, so there's maybe some sort of leaves in the immediate presence of some people, at least still nearby. You watch as these sort of specks of light begin to appear off in the distance and just begin to grow, lighting up this entire area. And you can see for the first time what seems to be at least your current surroundings. Sort of off in this starry void. You find yourselves up on this, what seems to be some massive rock, with this near infinite nothingness below you. Let me pull you all over to the map. Fuck. If my voice wants to stop fucking up.
Does this feeling feel vaguely like being yeeted into the void when I disconnect from that? Or is it different?
I would say vaguely. Very, very vague, but vaguely. And let me fix the lighting on here.
I see nothing.
Well, I don't
Well,
see anything.
I see the city. There we go. Loading dream. Cool.
Loading dream.
That's so cool.
Yeah, can you imagine if I named the map loaded and it was just the Minecraft guy?
I'll say like
battle on his face.
as soon as like we can see one another again, like if anyone looks over at Terran, she is just white and just pale and just not looking great.
Yeah, it does feel similar to being plane shifted, I'll say that. Or let me see if I can maybe get Joanna's token.
Why are you rotating your character?
Because it's fucking rotated again, even though I locked it last time.
You just like this a little bit.
I know I didn't say this. I totally bring my golem with me when doing this. Would it be able to come? Probably not, because it's not intelligent.
It doesn't have... Does it have a soul? That's the question.
That's a big question. That's a big question.
It's a construct, right?
Would it have
It's not
like a reason to have a soul?
I mean, if I feel
Depends.
like if it has a soul, it's kind of getting onto that level of slavery, you know?
Yeah, but like you have to first define what is a soul and what why does anyone have a soul if it does exist? That's
a little more
a lot.
complex.
And are we gonna say that because do animals not have souls?
So is this gonna
That's
be
bullshit.
Exactly. Brynhild has a soul, I think. She's
No,
I know.
soul, yes. Morals, no.
Okay.
She's hungry.
I also wouldn't have my
And
skeleton
beautiful.
either.
You would have bones though. You'd have lots of bones.
Wow.
Data grants.
I now want to leave this area.
I mean, you didn't make your skeletons yet, did you?
No.
Okay, so you have the
Save
bones.
all your spell slots, right?
Yeah, but where are you going to summon the
Wait,
souls?
no, I
from?
do have the.
Well,
those-
What?
They
It's-
are animated. I would have kept them like animated from last time, but they'll be in the bag.
Why
yeah.
am I Terran?
Hmm?
I have all of Terran's macros and everything, and I don't know why.
What? My macros? Oh wait, yeah, I don't have any
Yeah,
of
like-
mine.
+1 dagger, dagger of warning, pistol. That's all mine.
How the
on
fuck?
my
I don't-
thing.
Yeah, I don't have any of my macros.
Are you clicked on the wrong token? I don't know.
Give-
How the fuck did that happen?
No,
Give
I
that.
reloaded the
Buddies?
game and it put me back in as Terran.
Oh.
Then
That's it.
who's Terran?
Who is Terran?
There's a tree over there.
Something who's on first. Yeah.
I still don't have my macros back though.
I don't want them.
So I have a.
You can have them.
Does it say it's page 1 of your macros, or are you on the where the bar is? Does it say 1 on the right side?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I mean, I can just put them back, but
I don't know why they'd be missing. That's fucking weird.
I don't know.
I haven't.
Definitely. Okay, yeah, I reloaded. I'm still Terran, even though I chose Kalis.
Yeah, it shows you as Kalis as well.
Yeah, I see you in as Kalis.
But I have your macros. I
Just
took
throw them away. Get rid of them.
Give them back.
They're mine.
What did I do?
I don't want to
So
delete
in
them because
this
I don't want to
area,
ruin
I presume we're floating, right?
Yeah, you guys are on this sort of like, it seems to be like this sort of large like piece of sort of rock floating in this just empty space. You see this multicolored void not only beneath you but all around you, and you see in various areas there seems to be other outcroppings of just nothingness.
And what are these? What are we standing on? Asteroids?
Essentially, yeah. The one you're standing on seems to be. The area you come through right now seems to be the strangest thing. I would say, if anyone would like you can make me an Arcana check. Because you guys
I like to help.
go for it.
Who are you helping?
Not me. Don't help me.
I also want to
Use
help.
sparks.
Okay.
So also we'll do a guidance too.
I don't know how to roll with advantage.
I choose to be no help at all.
I just clicked twice. I don't remember.
I am rolling to the GM. I don't know how to unroll. Hell yeah, I'm good at it.
You rolled question marks.
Shush.
Yeah, you're not part of the club.
Oh my god, those are some fucking terrible rolls.
That's
Oh, no.
amazing.
Amazing.
I
Oh.
got more.
Wait, Spars, did you
Damn.
not see the roll you got? The first one?
No.
Oh. Would
That's
you like?
weird.
I'm telling you, you might want to take that one if you'd like, because I can see it fine.
Sure. I guess I'll take.
Because you got a 15
Oh.
the first time.
Yay.
So
I like that one.
with that, as you're sort of taking some time to examine the area, and at least what you guys have found yourselves, it seems you were all like very much put like in sort of the same spot. Where's Joanna's fucking token? I'm gonna fucking fight something.
Oh no, now I'm turned.
She's one of
What?
Terran's macros.
How are you turning? I don't even know how to do that.
I don't know either. How do you turn
It's
yourself?
control scroll wheel or.
Can I turn off the ability to
Oh,
turn?
there we go.
Rotation, lock.
Oh no! Now you're all turning. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you.
No, I'm locking everyone's rotations.
Oh no!
Get over
I
here.
can't.
Okay. Oh no! But you do that. You do that, but then it unlocks itself. So like, can you lock the lock? Is there a way to lock the lock?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I get confused.
Spin my
D&D.
head right round, round.
Locking rotations. I
Nope.
love it.
Can you cast True Polymorph on our tokens to have them shut the fuck up?
No, you just like it's like alter self, but you alter others, and you just get rid of their mouths.
I know
Ooh,
silence.
that's a horror
That's
movie.
fine. If somebody has a
That's a
root
Marvel
spell,
movie.
it'd be great.
Wait, no, they did that in Matrix.
Also, while
Alright.
we're here, I would like to think that I would like to fly. Do I lift off the ground or do I?
No. It doesn't function the same as the astral plane. But as you're examining this area, while you're unfamiliar with the actual readings of it, it seems to be written in some language, quite old, clearly. It seems to be specifically like crafted as sort of almost an entry point. The little platform area that you guys had arrived on. Jump into the void. Do it, pussy.
I mean, I've got boots of flying. I would like to
Okay.
activate them and sort of go up. Do I float?
Yeah.
Okay, that was mostly what I was asking. I wanted to make sure that magic items worked and not just go, my boots of flying will work. And then
Just
take a step on the
away.
edge and just fucking fall.
It's just like as soon as like it works, but as soon as you get like you can fly as long as you're flying over ground. That's a trick.
I know it'd be fucked, like Sparks, if you jumped off and you fell infinitely, and then like you reset above us and fell past us again and kept falling.
It's video game physics.
That's a backseat railgun. Let's do it.
Be like what fucking Astroneer did to me, just like appear 40 feet above where you want to land and just fall.
Oh, no.
But yeah, as you guys are sort of taking the surroundings, from what you're able to tell, Sparks, whatever the place you're on or came, it seems to be something that was almost had like a manufactured quality to it, which is a little outside of what a mess of a fucking rock is. But there's also on the ground you would see these things sort of like altar-like. Why can't I forgot how to ping? But how do I do
They
it?
look like
Is it-
teleportation platform, but weirder.
Weird is a good word for it. They definitely seem to have some sort of arcane meaning, but not one that you're familiar enough to decipher. Sorry, I'm just where the fuck? Okay,
How do you ping?
we know how to do this, right? Do we know how to
feel
do this
like
at
we
any
did.
point?
Well,
The backslide, not divinity.
Oh, I figured out how to make a thing. No?
You just do this, right?
What's
Oh, it's
this?
not doing
Oh, I
look
don't
at
want
the
to accidentally.
icon. It's here. This thing. Anyway, I'm
Which-
gonna step onto the portal. Go out.
Okay, give me just 1 second before I fucking I'm gonna get this image or I'm gonna die trying. It's not that dramatic, but I'm in the mood. Alright, tokens. Flame. Is that her?
Ooh.
That's not her, but that's a generic furball. It's going to do. Okay. So,
it.
it's not a circle. It's not a fucking circle. Okay, it's fine. That's how you know it's not a player.
I just found out how to change the icons. Nice.
So yeah.
We'll do this.
Sparks, as you step onto the platform, you feel your sort of feet begin to sort of leave, like, from underneath you as a sort of red glowing light sort of like illuminates sort of upwards and like he sort of disappears in light for a second, almost like a
magical journey.
almost like a like a Star Trek-esque like beaming up, and he's gone.
Goodbye.
Sparks! No!
Oh, it was supposed to drag you. That's fine.
Now it really is Star Trek.
Ooh.
I wave.
Yeah,
Where are you?
he's a few hundred feet south of you, I think.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, do we actually physically see him?
He's a bit hard to see from here, but he's there. How do I didn't mean to do that.
Why are
There
people
seems
drawing
like-
circles?
That's-
I didn't mean to move you back. Put him back. What the fuck?
I'm gliding. Oh god, I'm stuck between portals. I stayed on it too long and now I'm stuck in an infinite loop.
How'd it won't let me delete the circle? I'm actually tripping.
Guys,
We know.
there's a green cloud above. Oh, it's gone. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's a bit ominous.
Yeah. So as you guys, where'd Joanna
So
go?
this whole
Where do I go?
forest that I'm next to, does it look like forest or does it look like arteries?
More so like the latter. You watch as it sort of is in the ground, but the roots sort of spread out all along the bottom, and it comes up into these like more like brush-like areas. As you guys at the top, I don't think you can say anything immediately, but you do see sort of Joanna sort of standing near the edge of the sort of meteorite or the like asteroid-like area. She does turn as she sees the light, which goes, and there's a missing Sparks there. And how far away are you, Sparks?
A distance.
Damn it, ignore that.
You get the feeling, not like... The best way I could describe it is like, you know, like when you like hit your funny bone? Like that sort of feeling of like radio static in your limbs. As you begin sort of walking further away, you sort of begin to feel it a little bit. Just at the extremities.
I know what that feels like. I've had to deal with it a lot. Sparks. Oh, that's... Do I get it as like I will turn back and I will shout, "It's a teleport! It's a teleport! It's a teleport!" As I presume it echoes.
There's nothing for it to bounce
Yeah,
off.
I mean, I'll...
Sound just into the void.
I think I want to just like use magic awareness real preliminarily. I think I can get like both of these altars in the range. Like whatever this weird tree is, maybe.
Both of them seem to be conjuration magic, which sort of lines up with Sparks' teleport.
Teleport.
And the sort of the tree-like objects. What's the best way? I would say it'd be more in line to like necromancy or something like that, like dealing with like life energies. And as you guys are sort of doing this, you see Joanna sort of comes back from her solitude as she sort of begins to sort of make her way down towards your group after she's sort of taken into the surroundings. Well, he's enthusiastic, isn't he? As he sort of looks across the way. She said, well, he's enthusiastic, isn't he? As she sort of looks across the way to where Sparks is sort of just yeeted himself magically.
Sorry.
This is what... I'll admit this is unfamiliar to Coraline's. But usually the way this is set up, there's different almost sections. This is probably some preliminary area. We just have to figure out how to go deeper. I'm sure we'll be able to find whatever's going on.
Are the crystals anything magically?
They don't give off like a specific school of magic, I should say.
Right.
But everything in the area, like the area, it does have like a palpable like magical, or I guess to it.
Makes sense. I guess we are inside a magic item.
And as she sort of passes by you, she begins sort of walking towards the portal where Spark just disappeared to. Also, keep your wits about you. You should be able to feel that we are being watched by something. As she sort of stares out into the void behind her.
I'm gonna go ahead and step on a teleporter too.
Sure. And as you guys both end up going, you just... Oh, you just... Whoop.
So with this artery stuff, does it feel benign or malignant?
Hmm.
Hi guys.
Hey, Sparks, I was really worried.
I shouted. Look at this stuff. It looks like almost like a brain. I don't know if it's like good or bad though.
She sort of leans over it. This is new. Don't know how much of this should be organic. Arium is technically a construct, so like doesn't seem like something that should be here naturally.
Well, I mean, he does have a brain, and brains do require natural pathways, do they not?
Possibly, if that's what it is. But it does at least seem it belongs here. Otherwise, let me check something. As she sort of puts her hands along, like as I said, there's like these almost like roots sort of like sticking along out of the ground before it comes up into these sort of bushels of, not even like they don't look necessarily like feathery, is the best way to put it. The ends of which almost look like that of what is the word? What am I thinking of?
Words.
Where's the flowers? Not daffodils.
Like I'm standing on a giant cancer tube.
What is those flowers that you fucking blow them and the shit goes everywhere? I can't remember.
Dandelions.
Dandelions. Yes, they sort of have like that sort of like texture to them, but there's these like large like pink masses growing out of these roots that sort of stem along the ground. I'm gonna kill that fucking fly. I swear to God, it's gonna be okay. It just landed on my fucking hand after I made a fist.
It's baiting you.
Hope it don't land on this monitor. But as she, what's it called, places a hand upon it, you watch as it sort of pulses with some sort of natural energy. And in doing so, you almost feel like you can sort of see like the glowing like emanate from like further beneath, like sort of around like the edges of the asteroid that you guys are around. And Zelthar and Terran, you guys are both along the opposite side of this. You can see in the distance the sort of glowing from the platform that they're on. I think we can use these to go deeper.
Go deeper?
Yes, as I said before, usually your mind protects you from outside things. We're very much outside things, if you couldn't tell.
Alright, I suppose we should catch up with them.
Yeah.
Can I inspect these? Like, let me see if they like are biological or such.
I'd say sure. I'd say you can either make me a nature and arcana check. Hey, cut that out. Miss, cut that out. Stop barking.
Nature or arcana? Let's do an arcana. I got a 17.
17? They don't, while their structure seems to be like plant-like, they don't seem to be natural plants or anything like that. It seems to be more like a mimicry of like such a thing itself. I would say like to some degree it is more like you know anatomy to some degree. You've had to for your reasons.
Gotta know how something's put together to take it apart.
It's vaguely reminiscent of like almost like a more like compacted like nervous system.
That's what I figured. So Johanna, how are you planning on using these to go deeper?
Well, first off, I want to figure out where they could lead in the first place. I don't want to accidentally send us all into somewhere that's going to be quite below. But if we can follow these along down towards, as she sort of points towards the void below you, it could at least give us a path going directly towards somewhere. They don't lead to nowhere, otherwise they're not useful if they're not connected to anything, that's what I'm trying to say. It's essentially just following the path. And while they're not purely natural, they do seem to have some... It's just sort of like... looks over it. I don't know if you'd recognize the spell, but it's something like... Actually, you would have seen it before. When you guys were on your way back, she sort of makes her way like over like towards the roof. She casts something which seems to be like something similar like tree stride. It doesn't seem like to have much of an effect on it though. You watch the Fenji just out.
Huh.
Anyway, I thought as much. But this is just something up here that must be protecting it. You be either A, get some sort of reaction to it and it'll show us where to go, or figure it out the hard way.
I'd like to run at this cliff and jump in like a hopefully onto this island with like the
You have enough
other
strength to do that.
teleporter.
Yeah, you have enough, yeah, you're fast. No, you have enough strength.
Chill.
You think you can like long jump like what, like 20 feet minimum? So pretty easily with a heft you manage to clear the gap and you get onto the other side where there's what's it called? One of those, another like sort of similar teleporter to the one that Sparks had gotten onto and left you all with, or left to the other side with.
Let me island jump with this. Does it take me here-ish? By this island to the west of Sparks?
Yes, it would. That one would. As you can feel yourself sort of shunted into that direction. And Sparks, the one that you would stand on, once you sort of got onto it, it would take you to the north. As you'd find yourself back to where you had initially started.
Why does it go in a circle?
It's a loop. I see.
I don't like it.
So if that goes back over there, then what do you want to be in this other one over there? Pointing towards the one in the center.
As she sort of looks it up and down. And those just go back and forth, and if I were to guess that this is a way out, then that means there's probably just one missing. Or there must be some way to adjust these as you see them before you.
Okay. I want to. Well, I'm still fascinated by these tree organs.
Yeah. And you watch as she sort of gingerly sort of like touches onto one of them, like one of the ends of it, like the entire like section of it sort of like recoils back away from the touch, sort of reacting to her presence. Not the actual like roots of it, but like the ends. Interesting. So it can at least feel something. And she sort of begins murmuring to herself as she makes her way towards a rock-like structure, the sort of large like crystalline thing next to the next to the teleporter that had brought you guys there in the first place. Oh, and wait, Zelthar and Terran, did you guys come down? Or were you up there?
Did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I got completely distracted putting icons on items that didn't have icons. I finally figured out how to do it. So.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, little,
Yeah, I
little
followed.
too.
I love the drag. Like,
I do too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a way to make it so it doesn't drag. I just forgot the button.
I like it. Don't worry about it.
I need to have one where it just moves and makes a popping sound.
Could I, like, is this just like a normal bramble in front of me?
It has like the sort of same attributes as the other one. As I said, it looks kind of like the ends of it kind of look like the sort of like connected to it, like how like a dandelion would be, but it looks like a large. It's almost the size like a large like shrub, sort of surrounding that area. You can't even really see into the inside of it because it's maybe like 7-8 foot tall. Just this huge like almost like column like structure of.
I want to push my way through the branches.
Yeah, and as you sort of, as I said, they immediately recoil at your touch as they just sort of pass through, and you watch as it sort of opens up as where you see the sort of root systems of this sort of inner area, and you can see that there's not too much more in here. It seems to be like, as I said, like a circular area with these at the very center of it. But you do get a sort of like an uneasy feeling, sort of being surrounded by it. I can tell if you're saying something, yawning.
No, I'm waiting for you to. Yeah, I won't interrupt.
And as once you feel encompassed by it, you feel the sort of hairs like on the back of your neck begin to stand up, and almost as if you feel like this sort of heavy breathing sort of down your neck. But as you turn, you don't see anything there immediately in front of you. But sort of peering out, that sort of sensation, that sort of watchful sensation that had filled you all before. Not even maybe the size of like baseballs. These sort of stalks appear, sort of among the shrubbery, just staring at you, almost like these sort of small sets of eyeballs. And you watch as sort of another set appears, and as you find yourself in this area, it seems that there are several of something that just seem intent, staring at you. They don't seem to have any pupils or any other iris. It's just this black mass on the end of these stalks.
Ooh. So like weird bloodberries.
Kinda.
I want to do like I'd like to like just like hold out my palm cupped and then like cast Druidcraft and fill it with just like a still like sort of have it just sort of well up with like a still surface of like very clear water.
Mm-hmm.
And then just have like just like a mint leaf just sort of like gently fall down and rest on the water and like proffer it out to this eyeball stalk thing.
I would just say make me a general charisma check.
Okay, guys, so get ready to roll an initiative. It's gonna go great, but just in case.
Wow.
Good job.
Literally as
Alright.
high as you can roll.
Physically as high as I'm
Yes.
able.
You know what? It's a good roll. And
It's
on
not high enough.
But the DC was 20, sorry, you're fucked.
I mean, I'd respect that. It's wild.
You're fucked.
I will say, you watch as you sort of begin holding out these sort of cupped hands towards you. So they don't make any sort of movements to distinguish them acknowledging your presence at all. But you do feel this sort of strange sensation, almost like this... The best way to describe it is this almost like wetness atop your shoulder. As you see like this sort of like small tube that sort of like snuck its way up your leg and is currently just going down your arm towards the pool. Because you are like sort of standing in like the root system.
Right. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of like pet it a little bit, like trepidatiously.
As you touch it, just as it recoils.
Oh, I'll stop. It doesn't want it. It doesn't want it to be touched.
But the second, like, you sort of leave it be to its own devices, and it feels strange as it touches you. It doesn't hurt. You don't feel pain or anything. In fact, the area almost has a sort of like slight numbness to it, outside of the surrounding like sort of wetness, I guess, of it. As it's beginning to, as it sort of crawls up your body, and as soon as it sort of comes in contact with the water, you watch as it quickly, all across, like this sort of massive like network appears, almost filling the entirety of your hands, and the water it's almost just gone.
All right, give it some more water.
Yeah, and it's just you watch as like this web is beginning to sort of expand in your hands as the pool grows. You're almost like holding like a handful of fucking spaghetti.
So I am holding it though, right?
Yeah, it is in your hand.
So I continue like doing the, giving it water periodically, and I just want to like close my eyes and sit here and just sort of like try and like, lower my mental barriers and just sort of like try and meditate, I guess, and feel what I feel.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you so much.
You're
What do I
welcome.
do?
Fuck, that threw me off. And scene. As you sort of feel yourself begin to relax, And with each one, it continues sort of growing, and you watch as it almost like begins to sort of like outgrow the space you have in your hand, sort of wrapping around, almost like not totally like a glove, but like sort of like falling off, sticking down, almost like what's that word? What's that like falling moss shit? That
Hanging mouse.
Yeah, kind of like I thought there was like I thought there was a special name for it. My bad. Oh, she knows.
Spanish moss.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the running, yeah, was sort of like draping down from your hands. You feel this foreign presence enter the back of your mind, and not hostile, but more factual. You hear a faint voice say, "You do not belong here."
Is that any way to greet a friend?
No, it's a way to greet a stranger.
But we've met many times.
No. Not one of your kind. You are not the ones who come here.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
Said you are not the ones who come here. Nor do you look like any of the ones who have before.
No, not here, but out in the world. We've met.
For your own safety, you should return from whence you came. This is a place which has been. Do not mistake what you see on the outside for the one you are talking to right now. I am simply what protects what's further below. Do not give me a reason to have to do so.
No reason. No reason. Just saying hello.
Your greetings are wasted.
Right.
I'll let you leave in peace, however.
My name's Kalis. For you, if you're not Aaron.
Oh, you say it again? That's a cut out.
I said, my name's Kalis. If you're not Aaron, who are you?
Sorry.
Amazing.
He stood still for too long, that's his fault.
Did you get him at least?
No.
Oh no. Oh, this is the
Why do you have to
saddest
ask me? We
I've
could have just
failed.
pretended I did. Yes. And you hear, like, as I said, it's not really like a voice, I guess the best way to put it. It's more like a feeling of consciousness, sort of intermingled with yours. But you feel a hint of amusement. And the voice goes, or at least the feeling you get, because it's not a literal voice. Names are not are blah. My name isn't necessary. I am simply one of the first who had worked on the thing I believe you've been calling Arium. However, and unluckily for you, I will also probably be the kindest you run into. Great lengths have been made to ensure that no dangerous tampering is done with the creation.
I see.
As I said, due to my generosity, I'm willing to leave you in peace. However, if you are going to attempt to force your way through, there may be dire consequences for yourselves and those others who reside outside of the circle in which we find ourselves speaking.
Maban. I have met people from your time, and I think you know, like you sound like a Maban.
What?
Your name, it's Maban. There you go.
Like the holiday?
Oh no, is that like a real life thing?
Maban? Yeah.
Is that what the fuck? I had no idea.
Oh. That's the holiday.
Huh?
It's
No. Like
the fall equinox.
it's like a really close derivative of Dazan.
Mm.
Is what I'm going for. Did you? Were you from the city we know?
Oh, what's the name of that?
Nev,
Netsim.
yeah,
Nadim.
Nadim.
Yeah.
You Nadimian?
That's so
Um,
hard.
The Demite? Demian? The demon?
The
No.
diva.
As like this sort of stillness fills your mind as you feel no immediate response, as you begin to question the presence you find yourself intermingling with. You feel, what's it called? Almost like, make me an insight check. It's your brain. Do it with advantage.
Brain time. Oh, here we go.
That's a lot better.
19. All right. Okay.
As you begin to continuing asking questions, you feel this sort of almost growing irritation, sort of with the presence in yours, almost as if it's like beginning to sort of affect your own state of mind as well, as you can sort of feel that sort of familiar sort of twitch begin to rise up before you're able to get your emotion check. You feel like almost like a smidgen of curiosity relating to you. However, I'd say the lack of friendliness is the one that's seems to be growing the strongest. And
All right.
oh, no, and as you're sort of among this sort of numbness that has begun to sort of cross, as I said, sort of like right up your leg along your arm, the numbness leaves and it's replaced with a sort of almost tingling sensation, almost as if like the sensation like a bug crawling up your arm. It doesn't hurt, it just feels not right.
All right. Well, I know when I'm not wanted. So look, I'll go, but I knew someone else, an archmage still living from Nadim, and I thought you might want to talk to him, but if you don't, I'll just be going, and I'll start slowly unpeeling myself, like giving him time to respond slowly.
Yeah, and as you watch, as without even needing to do much, they begin to sort of recede back into, and you watch as the sort of root beneath you, as you've been sort of having this conversation, was already like this sort of like thick mass has begun to grow in size even larger. As you've what's it called? As fucking words. As you've been having this conversation, you begin to sort of back away. Just for the sake of it, can you make me a Constitution check?
Yeah, let's do it. Save or check?
Just to check.
Check time.
You feel this sort of lethargic effect as you begin to sort of remove yourself from it, as you sort of take a second, almost forgetting sort of exactly where you are before you sort of right your mind again. And you see these sort of like red marks that have almost distinctly, almost like looking like veins atop of your own, but you seem to feel physically the same after a moment as you manage to retreat from the vines. But afterwards, you notice what's it called? The sort of platform that you were on previously that you had sort of landed on here for had sort of expanded, and you see like the sort of like the pinkish like red tendrils have begun to sort of like not fully encompass it, but have begun to sort of surround that area as well, sort of filling out more of this platform.
Time to go. And I'll come back to the party
Yeah.
as well as I can.
And as the rest of you are sort of making your way, Spark just voop, 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 as there's just almost like a strobe light going across this fucking ether as he's teleporting from platform to platform. And Jungin, anything in particular, Jungin, so is there anything anyone in particular would like to have been doing during this little outing? Actually, we should take a quick 5 minutes just so I can put my fucking dogs away. Otherwise, they're about to be jumping my fucking bed.
Sulfur's kind of infatuated with all the strobe and space lights.
Yeah, we'll just do a
He's
quick
never been
5.
in this kind of place here.
I
Yeah.
don't think anyone has.
All right. Is everything unmuted? Let me just make sure. All right, we're good. Yeah.
All right, welcome back, Naruto gamers.
Yeah, I mean they added Naruto to Fortnite for a reason.
That doesn't count. Everything's Fortnite.
I mean it's yeah, I guess. Why'd I say that? So, as we sort of resume scene, as Kalis has been sort of off in the cloud of nerve endings, having a conversation with some thing, and the rest of you all have been sort of investigating the surrounding area. Is there anything particular you would have liked to have been doing? What's been happening?
I think I will still be examining the ones that I'm next to you. So there's like two clusters of them.
Yeah, it sort of like splits off.
How does it like go into the ground?
It goes like almost like this the point like directly where you are, like right there. It's sort of how does it? I forget how to draw shit. There we go. Like right there, it kind of just like digs like into the ground itself.
Okay.
Because like, and everything out of it kind of is like it's like on the ground, but it's not like necessarily in it. Almost like how an ivy is, like where it has like these like large like wide webs that or roots that go all over the area. But it's around like that spot where you watch it sort of goes. You can see it go inwards or go deeper.
Okay. What side seems larger? The one on the left or the one on the right?
I'd say the one on the right seems a bit bigger.
Okay. I want to just keep following like the biggest like I guess vine of it.
With a clump of it, like the
To the
clusters.
Yeah, to the very end.
So yeah, you could do that fairly easily just by eyesight. And you, as you were sort of making your way, as I said, they would sort of pass before your touch. Like, as it sort of, like, reveals, like, the way open to you when you see there is, like, sort of, like, a larger, like, bushel, among them. However, this one doesn't seem to be moving at all. It's sort of laid along, laid along where the ground is. Covering an area, or covering, like, maybe like a 8-foot wide circle, 10-foot wide circle of space, and kind of like this. Oh, I can draw circles in the map. Silly me. Maybe about like that space, like right there, and those are the only ones that don't like move when you like attempt to touch them.
They don't move.
Yeah, but that seems to be like one of like where the like the thickest of the roots leads to.
Can I get to that? Which I will.
Yeah, you can.
And does it look damaged or unhealthy?
No, and no, like it looks relatively similar to the rest of like the surrounding, not foliage around it. It's just this is the only part of it that doesn't like move through your touch. Is the only like remarkable thing about it. Because as you're making your way through here, like it almost like parts like before you, almost like letting you in. However, this area, it's go ahead.
Can I touch it?
Yeah. And as you touch it, it has this sort of almost like it doesn't even feel wet. It feels damp. Like as you run your hands over it, and it's almost like soft.
Moist.
It's like, it's just
Clammy.
yeah. I don't know. See, I was gonna I was just gonna say it feels like soft and wet, but the problem in my head was like, that's a JoJo reference because it's the thing in my head, and I just had an ADHD. That's on me. But it's like this sort of like soft, like wet mass of nerve stuff, and you can touch it, but it doesn't move. It's not immediately.
Okay. So it doesn't move. I'm kind of worried. I want to cast Cure Wounds at first level on it.
I have to think 1 second. Okay.
I can do it. Oh, I guess
No.
I am doing it.
Yeah. No, I was making that wasn't on my mental list of things that you would do. So I was just thinking what happened. So as you do so, sort of placing your hands against it, and you channel the divine energy, you watch as it sort of covers it and then begins to what's it called? Spread amongst it, and you watch as almost like sort of like this pulsing. It goes down, and the energy just travels further down to the center, or further down below, back towards where like you see where like the roots had like entered into the ground itself. And then after another second goes by, you watch this entire area sort of like vines sort of like light up, like with like another pulse of light as it sort of it takes that along to like the root area, and then it sort of what's it called? It like sort of like, I can't think of the word. I'm sorry.
Disperse.
Yes, thank you.
Feedback.
Yeah, disperses like through the entire network. At that point,
Okay.
you would hear the sort of headwords. Zhang, was that you? As she, so if you hear the footsteps of Joanna begin to make their way over towards you, as she was.
Oh, yes, that's me.
Okay. Anything useful?
Sorry, this section right here isn't moving. I figured it might be damage of some sort. So I tried to cast some healing on it to see if it would change the status.
And as she sort of, you guys are both sort of standing there. And you guys are probably, well, you're not the tallest person here, I think, because I think Kale's is taller because antlers. But anyway, you two are fucking massive, because I know she's huge too. It's just, so you guys, at least you guys would be able to kind of like see like the top of their heads over these bushels. Zothar and Terran, you guys are coming in on the other little platform. As she begins to sort of lean forward, inspecting it. Just, I wouldn't say it's damage per se, but it seems to be non-reactive to some degree. And you watch as she sort of holds out her hand. And as she almost like reaches her hand into it, it's almost like you watch as like the strands almost like close, like in order to keep it out, creating like almost like a fine net. Keep me from entering further. Interesting. I hope you certainly found something. As she... Which... Where's her fucking shit? 'Cause I know she has shit she can do. I'm gonna try something, Jungin. Give me just one moment, please. And you watch as her form sort of like... Oh, fuck you. Sorry. I'm in my head today. Moves down to a creature roughly the size of maybe like a small mouse. Holy shit. And begins to try to make her way. You see her sort of disappear into the mess. And there's just a few moments of silences. You don't really hear any direct response if you're doing anything. There's the initial sound of like, sort of like, you hear like a squeaking like sound as he's just trying to like push her way through, but you don't hear anything immediately after that.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do anything. I'll wait for it to come back.
As you guys are over there, or I'd say maybe a few minutes go by, 3 or 4 minutes, and you don't see any movement coming from the brush beneath. But you do hear a voice sort of begin yelling out, "Over here, Jung'an, I'm fine." As you see her on the far side of the area, along where the area where there's this sort of like, sort of almost like a hole like in the ground.
You used your normal voice when you were using her. Was that intentional? Like, is that how I heard it, or is that just because you didn't?
That's just because I didn't change my voice because my fuck.
Okay, just making sure because it's like, I got kind of worried.
It was that's my trick. That's how you go. That's how you know it's gonna be a doppelganger. Fuck. God. My brain. But you see the sort of a hand beginning to make her way up as the voice sort of comes out from the hole. The sort of like area over there is maybe like 15, 20 feet across, and inside of it you see what seems to be like this sort of hole going into the ground itself. And the entirety of the asteroid, it seems to be like sort of longer than it is wide. There's not a lot of room to stand on, but it does go like, what's the word? What are they called? The stalagmites or stalactites, whichever ones go down.
Stalactites, because they come from the ceiling.
Yeah, tight, sort of shaped like that.
Because it's got seen it.
I will remember that until the next time I need to.
It's a tradition.
As you see her, you more so see the arm, sort of reaching out for something else.
Her arm?
Yes, as she's like waving outwards. She's not fully out of it because it seems it's not, the hole itself isn't wide enough for her to get her full frame out of it. It seems to be there was another one. House.
What just he said something? She starts talking.
Oh, it seems that beneath it there was another one of those devices that took me over here. There may be more hidden amongst them.
Okay. Oh, I see. I like to get on a device as well.
Which one?
Wait, it took her over there?
Yes, when she in the mouse form sort of crawled beneath the net that it had made covering it.
Can I pick up the stuff so it's not on the teleporter?
You could try to, yeah. I would say.
I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
Okay.
Don't they just like part for you?
No, this area specifically wasn't parting. Everything else was.
Oh, okay.
Terran, Zothar, is there anything you guys are doing in the meantime? There are sparks.
Traveling so fast between these 3 points that there's 3 separate sparks is.
Oh God. I would tell you guys about what I talked to the thing about. By the way.
I kind of want to check out this crystal here. That is there, right? It's not just in the picture.
Yeah.
I want to investigate that.
I also want to help.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm a little curious to help.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing?
Sure, I'll also make an investigation check, sure. As you guys are both sort of approaching it, sort of, it's just, as I said, fairly large crystalline. It's larger than the both of you, and you can sort of clearly see reflections in it. As it's, what's the word?
Do I do it with advantage?
Yeah,
He's helping?
yeah, because he's helping, yeah.
Much better. What?
Oh.
Why am I over there?
Oh, did someone move the wrong token?
I'll look at the back of the crystal. I'll tag team it.
Flank it.
Flanking bonus for investigation.
Flanking bonus.
Watch on all sides. So as you guys are sort of circling around this thing, you're looking, examining the crystal itself and the way you can actually sort of, now that you're up closer to it, you can see that it's actually embedded a bit into the ground, at least maybe about 5 or 6 feet. As you can, it's not fully transparent, but it's like translucent. So it's almost like has that like sort of like quartz-like visibility through it, where it's like foggy. That's the word. It's like foggy glass. Yeah.
Translucent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had the same thing with the thing around the meteor last.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why the fuck am I remembering that word? Why am I remembering fog glass? Like, what the fuck? I thought, okay.
So we can like actually like see one another kind of through.
Yeah, the Zelthar does look markedly different though.
Different.
Like, as in, like, outside of like his normal Zelthar, as you're eventually sort of staring at him through the crystal, you watch as the features from the fog begin to sort of sharpen. And this sort of more clear image of him appears, at least on your side of it. This would happen on the other side of this as well, Zelthar, as you're sort of whether if you're looking at Terran or Zelthar or the ground. That's at your discretion. But the features just seem almost more striking, I guess is the best way to put it. It seems he almost has like that dreamy quality to him. You know, Zelthar's an attractive guy, you know. But something about the way, like, you're looking at it, it's almost stunning for a second. He still looks him, but almost like he's got like a Snapchat filter on him.
No. Snapchat Crystal.
Snapchat Crystal, my god.
And in that sort of blurriness that you see through it, you see outside of Zothar just sort of circling it. And Zothar, you would see this on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be distracting you from the form of Terran that is also sort of become shifted. You see something different. Something seems out of place from the normal sights, at least on this platform. And it's another one of those sort of strange teleportation-like circles. However, it seems to be past there. It seems to be... So, like, if you were standing, like, right here, I guess you'd be able to see it.
Okay.
It'd be, like, down here. Oh, that's an explosion.
Oh, like that.
Yes.
Do you guys see a weird circle
Wh-
that wasn't there before?
Where?
And I kind of like gestured. I like kind of, if I can control my character.
It's not
That's
covered by
so
vines, is it?
No.
And I kind of like move past the crystal and like gesture towards that direction and point. You cannot ping. No.
Yeah.
Point towards the...
And once you sort of leave, losing to the view of the crystal, once again, it's just gone. Like it wasn't even there.
Huh.
Fair play.
Da, 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 just to like see it disappear and not
Yeah.
appear.
Just
over
like-
and over.
And
You know,
I have one more thing for you, Taryn, because you're still watching towards the outside.
yes.
Outside of this area.
Oh no.
The one thing you would notice, and this is off in the distance behind Zelthar, sort of into this sort of swirling mass of almost cosmic-looking energies. You see what you look at it, and it's not really easy to tell what it is. You just see the shape, as this alien-looking figure is just sort of there in the air, off in the distance a bit. I don't know how to describe this thing, so I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna. I gotta remember how to do this actually. How do I show you what it looks like? Give me
Is there
just
a
1
show to
second,
player
guys. Yeah, I mean, you would think there would be, right?
It's
However,
like a useful thing in VTTs.
I don't know. I don't know how to show
Have
you.
it.
I don't know how to show you the. Well, I can show you the. I can show you that. It only shows you the character sheet. Work, fucker.
You could just post the image in Discord, I guess.
Nah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. It's not even the real character sheet. I just have it as a placeholder.
I can't do the oh. Oh, like a little Cthulhu
It's
guy?
like a moth thing, but with
Oh, it's
tentacles.
cute.
Huh.
Excuse?
Yeah, and
What?
it's not by itself. You just see a few of them sort of floating through the space throughout the area.
How big are they?
They're not very big at all. I believe they're tiny creatures.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Just remembered that I haven't cast Mage Arm today, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they're tiny creatures. And they don't seem to be doing anything particular. You just sort of notice them existing in the space.
Like white blood cells. Natural brain. neutrons. I don't know what. Okay.
Those are cool.
Yeah, that's actually a great description. A cuttlefish with a sea slug back and mushroom-like antenna. That's thanks, Nate. That's yeah. No, that's pretty good. I yeah, no, I don't have a counter to that. You got me. Anyway, yeah, you see, it seems to be, at least behind Zelthar in that area, about a half dozen of them, just existing, floating throughout space. You watch as the sort of like, not just like the wings are like move, and they also have that like little like flowy like movement on the sides of them, or like the of their fucking. I don't even know what those things are called. What are the flappy parts of the sea slugs called? I feel like I should know this.
I think they're just called wings.
Are they wings?
Like you think about like they was it the like the Dumbo squid?
Yeah.
Or Dumbo octopus?
Yeah,
I think
whatever
those
it
are just
is.
like wings, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of squid. I don't know why I said. Oh, I got fucking stuck in my head.
It looks kind of like a Dumbo's octopus. I think it's. I think it's an octopus.
I don't want to say what I googled because I just had I was trying to Google mid-sentence and I said flappy parts of dumb squid. That's what I typed in the Google.
Nice. I mean,
I didn't find what I was looking for.
if you want to go to like cellular biology, it could be like a flagellum. That
But
might
yeah.
be
That's
weird.
more like
It's-
like a wiggly strand,
Yeah, it's like a weird tendril.
like little hairs.
That's what I found, by the way. But yeah.
Aww.
Look at
Eh,
his face.
Eh.
Look, Stingray in great
I love
mood.
him.
Let's see. And yeah.
Do they seem like they're looking this way, or can I tell?
They don't seem to be paying any particular attention to what them. As I said, they just seem to be floating throughout the air, existing in the space. Let's see.
I will also point these out. Like, do Zelthar, behind you, do you see anything in the distance?
Nope.
No.
This crystal may be showing us things. Because you saw a teleportation thing, as another teleportation-esque sort of circle back that way, and I see these little cuttlefish-looking floaties. There's about a half a dozen of them in behind you in the distance. They don't seem to pay us any mind right now, but I can see them, but only through the crystal, and you look a little different too through the crystal, so
I do.
a little, yeah.
That's really odd.
Do I
Um,
look any different? Like, do you see anything different?
Yeah, you look a little different.
I wonder, like, is this crystal revealing something or showing something? Like, is it revealing things that are hidden, or is it twisting what we see in some way?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's an eyeglass to a different reality.
Maybe. Let me try going over and standing where you see the circle, and if it's
Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna.
But
Well, I mean, look through so you can guide me because I can't see it. The teleportation circle thingy.
oh, gotcha. It's
Yeah.
it's straight ahead of me,
Okay.
right there.
All right.
So, as you sort of stand over the area, sort of instructed by Zelthar, as he's sort of communicating this to you, as you sort of make your way across. I would say, is there anything in particular that Terran's thinking about as she's making her way over here, or at least along this like area? or to the teleportation circle.
I'm gonna DM it to you. If I can find you on this list. Oh no, there you are. Secrets. Secret Terran thoughts.
Okay. Oh, and I have to remember how to read. Okay. And as you do so, making your way onto the area, you don't feel any sort of magical presence or anything that, you don't feel any significant change. You don't feel like the texture shift under your feet as if walking on something invisible. But Zelthar, you see that she's very clearly standing on top of it. Like, from your point of view. But just nothing.
Well, there goes that idea, I guess.
Very weird. Do you think Joanna would know something about this?
And you currently hear Joanna in the midst of... You'd be able to see her from this angle, Taryn. She's sort of in the midst of... You see the sort of crumbling rock. She's sort of pulling herself out of the... sort of... What seems to be like the crevice or something like that. That was deeper within this sort of stalactite-like structure or island that she's separately on. And she's in... You see her. She's just in the midst of pulling herself out of it so she can actually get up above.
How did you get over there?
Over there... Jungan had found one of the teleporters that was hidden among the nerves or whatever. One of the bushels.
So
There's a few other things down here as well. It seems to be a similar looking one. One of the smaller ones. One of those smaller little teleportation circles.
So, Zelthar and I were looking at that crystal up near the top of this larger platform, and he saw one of those circles where I'm standing right now through it, and I saw images of strange creatures behind him in the space behind him, but it's not visible outside of it, and I'm standing on the spot now where there should be another transporter thing, and it's not doing anything, so I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll come back over. As you can see her. She's at this point. She's got her like at least shoulders out as she's pulling herself out.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, there's a few more halves. As how large is that gap? She should be able to cross that. Oh yeah, 20. Like yeah, no, she can get across. And she sort of takes a few steps back, and you watch her as she just sort of flies across the area in one massive bound. And as she sort of lands next to you, she sort of looks back towards Zelthar, looking towards you, and she's so there's a teleporter here. She points down.
That's what he sees.
And as she sort of looks down, you see a sort of hint of a confusion on her face because she doesn't see it clearly. However, she believes. And Zelthar, from your perspective, you watch as this sort of like a red light begins to envelop around Joanna, as it just whoop, and Taryn, you hear a popping sound next to you, and you find yourself alone standing there.
How?
Well, what happened?
Joanna?
Silence.
Did you notice that she was enveloped in a red light?
No. From her perspective, from Taryn's perspective, she didn't see any of that.
I'm gonna stomp right up onto the teleportation circle
Okay.
and like think really hard about it.
You see the red light enveil Kalos, and he's just gone.
And like, right, just like the split second before he disappears, you see him like just going like, "Arr," and then he just like jumps, because he's like trying to like go somewhere.
Yep, and with that, Kalos, you watch as he...
Kind of like Superman, just like, God.
Wait, next to me?
No, as in, yeah, he does that. He comes to the teleportation circle to do that, and then he's gone.
Okay.
Is the teleport station not like you?
Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe I'll try it. I'll walk over, and before I get to the teleport, I want to like leave an arrow there just to know where it's at.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
just leave one.
Okay,
And
sure.
then, like,
You got plenty. That's easy.
oh yeah. And then I'd like to step on the teleporter.
And is there...
Are they all standing in the same spot that Johanna was standing in? Or okay.
in like that relative area, yeah. Is there any conscious thought you're thinking as you sort of make your way onto it?
Definitely confusion.
Okay.
Why did it not work for Terran?
Okay. And as you sort of take a second, you're sort of both just standing there. It's a few seconds go by as you expect Zothar to disappear as well. And then it's been like a few more seconds. There's been a few more seconds.
It didn't happen to you either.
No.
Jogun,
Yes.
no. Can you come here?
Sure.
I swear. I'll move out of the way.
Oh,
So walk over there.
you just popped up. So Johanna and Kalis both stood next to me in the spot where Zelthar saw a teleportation. Oh my god. A teleportation circle through the crystal, and they both hopped, and they're not here anymore, but it doesn't affect either of us. You want to see if it affects you.
Oh, sure. I want to step onto it.
Okay. As you step onto the area that they were sort of pointing out towards you, I'm asked the same question. Are there any conscious thoughts that you're having in general?
I think she's going to just be worried about the king.
About the what?
You cut out the end.
Huh? Oh, worried about the king?
Worried about the king?
Yeah.
As is a sort of a brief moment as you're waiting for something to happen, you see Jungum 15 seconds later sort of still just occupying the same space as she was before.
Why not us?
Guys, I know you guys are having trouble here, but like, if you just think really hard about like vibrating, just like.
I saw this in the episode of the CW. This is the Flash.
You actually like split into two people, and one of them will be where you want them to be, and the other end of the
There's-
teleporter.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's.
Hey, guys, where did everyone go?
We don't know. They stood on this spot, which is a teleportation circle that you can only see through the crystal, and popped, but we didn't, and I don't know why.
Fox goes to the crystal and looks through it. Does he see what they're talking about, or
Yeah.
are they insane?
It takes you a second. You have to like focus on it, but you see both Terran and Jungun. I saw Zothar's name tag, a little dot on Jungun, so I thought it was. Then I looked closer, and it's like, he doesn't look like that. But you see them both sort of standing atop this. Why did it do that?
I quit.
Why did it do that? I need to turn that off right now. I'm sorry. But you can't see it, yes. Why did it do that? Let me fucking fix that setting.
You turn on the settings.
Oh, that was perfect. Just,
This is like dramatic pan downwards.
why don't you try holding hands?
Yeah, they're both just standing there. Other than that, it looks almost identical to the other ones. It's just,
Do we look different to him?
yes, yes. They look. I would say,
God.
like,
Scary.
say it again.
It said scary.
I would say, yeah, Terran seems a little bit more intimidating from here, and Jungum seems to have, like, almost like this eerie aura to her, as, like, almost like the shadows around her face sort of darken, hiding the eyes a bit more, making the face look a bit more gaunt. She looks maybe a little bit taller. The armor's a little bit darker.
Oh, she's like double my what I'm.
Yeah,
How tall is Dragon?
she was alright. She's like
She's like
fucking
6.
I thought she was 7 foot, or she's
What
6
do I
foot.
look like?
Well, Sparks is like
Actually,
4 foot tall.
oh,
So he's
One
not like
second.
4 5. It's like cedar levels.
Oh,
Yeah, so
God
long as
damn
someone
it.
asks me that question,
God damn
I
it.
don't remember how tall my character is.
I'm gonna be tall again.
No.
But yeah, they look a little different.
Can I sort of go around the crystal and see if I can see any more of the faint lines of glowy teleport by staring to?
You don't see anything in the anything here now through this crystal. You do see in the distance. You see those a few of those like little creatures of the magical cuttlefish.
Or
Or the cuddle floats. I'm stealing that word, but I'm stealing that name by the way. The cuddle floats.
just gonna check over
Yeah.
here, guys. Don't. It's fine. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And I'm gonna go and see if I can see anything through this crystal. Mostly to get away from Jugun and Taran.
Wait, does Zeltha look different to him too, or is it just Dragon and Terran?
South I'd say looks like maybe.
Females, they're scary.
How much different? He looks like, I don't know how to describe it. He looks more elf. like the features have become even sharper. Like, but he still looks. It's still fairly recognizable as Zelthar.
I don't know if that's insulting or not.
Even more elf. 10% more elf than before. New and
I
improved.
just pop out of the socket.
I know exactly.
Over here?
So yeah, you see a few more of those little creatures, and off like over about. When now that you're actually sort of like looking into it, as you sort of make your way, sort of pacing around it, you would see the sort of one thing. You can say it's one thing, but off like maybe about like I keep doing the fucking explosion instead of circle. Why is it? Another like another like island shaped area over here, or not like another like kind of like asteroid like figure, off in the distance.
Just gently float towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything feel solid?
As you sort of step onto it, what are you just sort of keeping the island in mind, or like the conscious thought of it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then you feel your feet touch solid ground, and then eventually you would sort of like, at least to you would see as it sort of begins to almost like unravel in sort of space before you, as you can sort of see like the surrounding area, at least of this sort of like small. It's not big. It's maybe like 15 feet across or 15 feet in, diameter. Yeah. And sort of in the middle of it is what's it called? Isn't like another one of those like teleporter things. However, there is a symbol on it, but it is different from the ones you see in the other ones.
Hey guys, I found Guys! Guys! Guys!
As you hear yelling across the void.
Where did?
You just see Sparks just standing on air.
Shelter.
Actually, you couldn't.
Sparks.
Actually, technically, the bush is in the way. You wouldn't be able to see him. Yeah, we could say it's up a little bit, but you'd be able to hear him in the distance.
I assumed he went through the teleporters. The red ones?
The red. Didn't he just float away? Or
No,
no,
I went through the...
teleport.
Everybody in there flying and floating. I prefer 5.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the teleporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow too.
As you do, you hear vroom vroom.
I also will follow.
As you guys sort of make your way back over towards shit. Fucking now when I don't want the fucking circle. And you see sort of Sparks just standing on air.
I did the crystal thing. You look through it and there's an island and there's another one of the teleporting things right here. You just have to think of island and yeah.
So can we do it from here, or do we have to go back?
Well, I mean, Zelthar could probably do it, but you two should just, you and Jugan should just stay right there.
Why us?
Okay.
Stay.
No reason. Really? And I'm just gonna shuffle slightly backwards onto the teleport thing.
Okay. And there is a faint popping sound as you don't see Sparks.
Well, that's not good. All of our companions are gone.
It's half.
I suppose we should just follow him.
Okay.
How?
We should hold hands though.
I don't know
I don't
how.
know. He said look through a crystal, so that would be a good place to start.
So, back?
Well, isn't there one right here?
Yeah.
I'm stupid. I wasn't looking at it. I was looking at Discord.
Let's look at this crystal.
It's okay, these crystals are weird.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
are.
Look through the crystal, kind of like at an angle where I can see the Sparks.
Yeah, looking through the crystal, you can see the island, and you see the past tense of where Sparks was. He's gone now.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna go try stepping on it.
So you have to jump or get someone.
I'm jumping. Well, how tall is it, or how high is it?
Oh, it's only about like a 10-foot jump. It's doable. As long as your
Okay.
strength is like 10 or higher, you can get a running jump.
Sweet, I got it.
Yeah. So as you take a step back, and what are you doing as you're going across?
What am I doing?
Yes.
Didn't you say think of island?
That's what I was thinking. But I will also ready my shovel.
Okay. As you're sort of almost like aggressively armed as you're sort of jumping, like with shovel in hands, the sort of focusing on the sort of thought of the island there. You watch as you feel your feet, or you don't watch, you feel your feet hit solid ground. And a few seconds go by, and you watch as it almost unfolds in space before you. And you see a similar teleporter, which you had seen Sparks disappear into. Or, which you're presuming he disappeared into, because you didn't see that part. He was just gone.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for Taryn and Zoltar.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
1, 2, 3.
You said 10 or higher?
Yeah, as long as your strength is 10 or higher.
Okay, I just barely make that.
Let me double check.
I know I had to as well.
No kidding. I also barely made that.
Huh. Good thing.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
As you do so, both of you guys almost sort of, you can feel keeping this sort of conscious thought of the island in mind, you can almost feel your sort of back foot sort of hit the edge of it as you sort of get a firm landing.
Ooh.
And you watch as you see the sort of space begin to unfold, and you see Jungum in front of you.
So can we see
just-
the island that we're jumping to, or is it just we're just jumping into
You
space?
just jump into space.
Oh,
And below you, you don't see. It's an endless void. Like
Okay.
it's you're literally it'd be like you don't know if you would die of old age or falling first.
so as soon as she feels her feet touch solid ground, she like kind of falls to her hands and knees a little bit and like just like whew, and then looks down and is like, oh no, oh god, okay.
And then a few moments later, yeah, then the solid ground would sort of appear beneath you, sort of filling in that gap in your mind.
Oh, that was unpleasant. Oh my god, hair. Come on. There we go.
Definitely helped looking through the crystal. But
Yeah,
not
maybe
by
we should.
much.
Maybe we should have tried to chip off a part of it to bring with us.
You guys go back.
I don't want to jump back.
Mm-mm.
I will. And can I I don't have a chisel, but I have a shovel.
You have like 30 pickaxes, don't you?
Oh yeah, I do have 30 pickaxes.
What the fuck do you mean?
Why do you have so many pickaxes?
You literally he had a
She's
fucking
crazy. She'll
he-
try anything.
he had a mining operation at one point.
Wait,
Okay.
if we collected the crystal, would that mentally scar him?
Oh,
That wasn't meant to be a pun. I'm being serious. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe not.
Are you guys stopping me?
Yeah. Let's not.
I would try to with my words.
If I hear them tell me not to do it, I won't do it.
Yeah, just gonna wait. Let's not try and fuck with anything unless we have to.
Right, this is the mind of a ruler
Yeah.
of a nation.
Okay.
Fucking mining
I-
his optic nerve and shit.
Put away my one of my pickaxes.
The mining the crystals will have no effect other than to give Arian tinnitus.
+1 to mining.
That like it reduces his bone density.
Oh no. Oh no.
I was thinking like a memory thing when I first heard you talk about it. I'm like, oh, it's for memory, right?
Well, or dreams, or nightmares, or imagination. So.
Well,
Perception of others.
I was
Mhm.
thinking like the little vine things were his like brain cells, and that was his memory. His like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking this whole time, but
Yeah, the stone would be perception of others. Yeah. That makes
That's okay.
sense.
I'm gonna go back onto the ledge. Do I need to roll?
No, you have enough strength. You don't need to roll.
Oh, sweet.
As long as you get a running start, you can make a 13-foot jump or a 10-foot jump.
Track stars, yay.
It's kind of
So
crazy.
basically, if we get to like an island that's like, I don't know, 10 by 10 or narrower, we won't really be able to get a running start.
You need to get at least. You need to. So as long as you have at least 10 foot. So,
So if I, yeah,
if it's
less
a-
than 10 by 10.
yeah, if it's like a 5, if it's a 5 foot, you have to just make a standing leap, and then it gets a little suspect.
Yeah, so we could get like stranded basically. Well, I mean, like, You guys could get stranded.
But yeah, are you guys going through as you sort of see the sort of ruin of the ground?
Yeah.
All right, then with 3 more distinct popping sounds, as you guys both, and some of you guys have already felt this earlier, as you feel yourself sort of almost phase out of existence for a brief moment. That's where we'll pick things up as we reveal where the fuck y'all went, especially those who got there a little bit ahead of you. But yeah,
Bum, bum, bum.
it's a little anticlimactic, but I want to fuck with y'all next week.
Hope I'm just in the dark alone. That's my hope.
No, you're with Joanna. You're just like.
And Sparks, right? Maybe not.
My own plan.
Anyways, yep, something. We'll be back next week, or we won't. That's really how this works. It's a coin flip. It happens or it doesn't. So, something words. Thanks for watching. And if you didn't watch, no thanks, I guess. But you won't even hear this, so it doesn't matter. What else? Toodaloo. There we go.